If you're into Volkswagens or hot hatches, one of the most anticipated cars this year was the Volkswagen Golf R, the most powerful Golf yet, and it has all-wheel drive, so I was pretty excited to get my first drive behind the wheel, a brief drive, but here's what I found out. A vehicle that enthusiasts clamored for and we now have is the 2015 and now 2016 Volkswagen Golf R, the most powerful version sold in North America. With 292 horsepower and 4-motion all-wheel drive, it's got the goods to compete against rival Subaru WRX STI and the Ford Focus RS. But before you go bench racing, there are a few things that set the Volkswagen Golf R off on its own path and make the argument less apples to apples. First, there's the styling, which, while amped up from the base Golf and GTI, is a bit more subdued than its competition. It has a unique front fascia, 19-inch wheels, and the rear gets a healthy set of quad tailpipes, but there's no big wing on the back to telegraph to the neighbors you're home from the weekend job of racing. There's an R logo on the grille and hatch, but that's about it for bragging rights. That same subtlety comes to the interior, which comes in black leather trim only. It gets a thick flat-bottom steering wheel that really feels good in your hands. Its leather sports seats aren't over the top with color and style, but really feel great to sit in, and they hold you tight. Decorative trims, too, are rather businesslike. There aren't massive slabs of Boy Racer carbon fiber or body color pieces. Piano black bezels make for the most of the bling, along with our logos here and there. Carbon fiber accents can be found, but they're minimal. The Golf R comes fully loaded or extra fully loaded like our tester with DCC and nav. For 2016 models, you get a new infotainment system which is improved over the 2015, now offering Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. That's all great, but driving's what we're here for. Its 292 horsepower 2-liter turbocharged 4-cylinder engine is slightly less powerful than the Ford or the Subaru, but what it has in the trade-off is far more refinement. Revving through the gears with a 6-speed DSG automatic transmission, the engine feels silky smooth while it raps out a nice, but yes, subdued exhaust note. Volkswagen says it will accelerate from 0 to 60 in just 4.9 seconds, the latter, by the way, of the DSG's launch control feature, and that feels about right. It has paddles on the steering wheel if you want them, but to be honest, friends, if you like to shift your own gears, I recommend skipping the DSG and just simply getting the 6-speed manual. The DSG is best left in automatic mode where it works well. If you try to use it as a manual, you're just going to get frustrated with it. What does work well is the 4-motion all-wheel drive and chassis controls. Its dial-a-ride DCC adaptive suspension, progressive variable ratio steering, and stability control system all work hand in hand to offer up the German experience of refinement at the edge of grip. You never feel like you're being treated rough, even on the rough roads. And that brings us to my takeaway here. Yes, the Subaru and the Ford have more power. They're louder both visually and in their exhaust notes. And when you push them hard, you know you bought a real-life playtime race car. But you pay a price for all that in the daily drive. With the Golf R, you get the extra performance thrill, but in a more refined and polished package you can spend your day in and never get tired of the hoopla. And you can park it in front of your home without the neighbors thinking you're going through some kind of life crisis. Well, I think what you just heard me say is the Golf R is the one for grown-ups. Well, anyway, click on the link right here and subscribe to our YouTube channel. We test drive 1, sometimes 2 cars every single week. Plus, there's a new video almost every single day, so there's always something new. So stay tuned.